us at this inaugural session. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix Raj, respected Registrar Professor Asish Mitra, Mr. Mohammad Mohiuddin, Chief Unicef West Bengal Office, Mr. Snehasis, President Press Club Kolkata, respected Father, Deans, special invitees, participants and staff members to this inauguration of the 8-day-long faculty development program organized by Press Club Kolkata and St. Xavier's University Kolkata in collaboration with Unicef West Bengal. We will begin this program by lighting the lamp, and for that I would like to request our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix Raj, Mr. Mohammad Mohiuddin and Mr. Snehasis to come forward. I'd also like to request our respected Registrar Professor Asish Mitra to join. May I request Dr. Shoma Shur, Honorary Director, LSRE, to join. Thank you. May I now request the dignitaries to come and take their seat on the desk. Thank you. Extensively over the last couple of years on development journalism, which promotes practice of evidence-based ethical reporting in media, robust news reporting backed by evidence and compliant with existing ethical norms, enforceable by law, especially when reporting on children has been an effort that UNICEF has prioritized. To facilitate its wider uptake and practice of development journalism, UNICEF West Bengal Office has partnered with Press Club Kolkata to organize a series of capacity building and enhancement programs with media at the state and district levels. They are making efforts towards integration of development journalism as a part of mass communication and journalism postgraduate curriculum. UNICEF and Press Club jointly has organized many programs to create awareness regarding the importance of development journalism. St. Xavier's University Kolkata is now a part of this wonderful initiative. This university actively participates in initiatives that foster learning and development. St. Xavier's University Kolkata began its academic journey in 2017. Under the leadership of Reverend Father Dr. John Felix Raj, the Honorable Vice-Chancellor of the University. Within a short span of time, it has made a significant mark in the higher education scenario across the country. Presently, the university runs a total of 10 undergraduate and postgraduate programs spanning from Faculty of Arts and Social Studies to Science to Management and Commerce. It has made a significant leap in the higher education scenario country by successfully commencing PhD programs in different subjects from 2019 onwards. Presently, the university has a student strength of nearly 3,000. More than 100 highly qualified academicians from different parts of the country as faculty members and a vibrant force of non-teaching staff members have been working here. This university gradually has been emerging as a promising center of academic destination. We are happy to be a part of this initiative. This 8-day-long faculty development program is organized in a hybrid mode, which will also include a field visit followed by an exchange of learning facilitated by senior-most media professionals in print and digital media. On this positive note, may I now invite Mr. Snehasis, President, Press Club, Kolkata, to deliver his welcome address.
Bhattacharya, good morning to you all. Honorable Vice-Chancellor of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, most respected Reverend Father Dr. John Felix, His Excellency Mohammad Mohiuddin, the Chief of Unicef Office, West Bengal, Honorable Registrar of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, Professor Asish, Mitra, revered fathers, respected deans, the Director of LSERI, Head of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, this university, Madam Shucharita Bordhun, Communication Specialist from Unicef, and the faculty members from various universities and colleges in and around Kolkata, and my dear colleagues and media academics who have joined us online from the rest of the country, from down south to north also. Ladies and gentlemen, in my capacity as the President of Press Club Kolkata, I had given welcome addresses even in presence of the Honorable President of India and Honorable Prime Minister of India. And in my capacity of the Secretary of the St. Xavier's College Calcutta Alumni Association, I had given welcome address to the Father Superior General of the Jesuit Order. But today's welcome address is very challenging for me. I don't know how to do this task. How can I welcome a person who has dreamt of this university, who have transcended the dream into a reality, and who has made this infrastructure and the portal of academic excellence here, none other than Reverend Father Dr. John Felix. Father, I don't dare to welcome you, but I can assure you that since you could take us up to this level, making your dream into a reality, of having St. Xavier's University Kolkata as a place of excellence of higher learning and research, we have now gathered together from various other colleges and universities across the country, because the infrastructure which you have created is now shared by all of us, irrespective of whether they are here or they are elsewhere. This has been your dream, to create a facility of per excellence, so that you dream that all others can utilize it. We can assure you, Father, we will try to keep the standard you have set for academic excellence and the sharing by not only who are confined and associated with St. Xavier's University, but whoever is interested in taking it. How can I welcome His Excellency Mohammad Mohiuddin, who has made this facility to happen, granted this project? It is not only his grant as a personal capacity or as his official capacity as the UNICEF head in West Bengal. He has been with us in person, sharing his knowledge and taking a constant participation and involvement in whatever we do. An internationally acclaimed economist and an UN officer presently working in the UNICEF, who has worked in various other places as the head of UNICEF offices in various parts of the globe, and who is keen in development. It is a strange coincidence that two economists who are committed to development are sitting together in the portals of St. Xavier's. And we are to carry forward the mantle which they set and which the light they have just now lighted the lamp. And we are to carry forward to our students who will be either our teachers and budding scribes, so that the parampara, the tradition, the legacy of understanding and involving and of development and right issues will continue. I cannot even welcome here in this portal Professor Asish Mitra, who has also been involved from the pre-history or the conceptual level to making it into a reality and joining here as its first registrar. Sir, we know your involvement and your guidance, at least in the inception and continuance of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication here. We will carry forward whatever you do. I cannot even welcome the Honorary Director of the LAFO Center for Excellence and Research Initiatives, because only once we have welcomed each other, but the rest of the time we have never done that, and I cannot do that. I cannot welcome the head of the Department of Mass Communication because she is a student of my student, so I seem to be a grandfather. So, and to many of you, I have been there together in your journey in some capacity or the other. I'm delighted that many of the Reverend Fathers have joined here and the respected deans have joined here. So, yes, I do not just welcome as my duty, but we request you to be part of our journey. We'll walk together for the cause of development. We need each and every one, irrespective of your job profile and your discipline. Development is for all, and we need to work together. This program is a part of partnership program with Unicef and Press Club Kolkata, which took off at a very inconvenient time under the COVID. With the initiative of Ms. Sucharita Gordon, the communication specialist of Unicef office in West Bengal, we came together to continue a series of discussions for the faculties as well as the students online during the COVID period, and the theme was crisis communication, because the entire world was going through a crisis. How to communicate and address the crisis, it was very, very important. Later on, we took up development journalism, and you know, it is a trio, or if I'm allowed to use the word a trinity in presence of Reverend Father here, that it is the confluence of the journalists, working journalists, media educators, and the media students. This confluence will create a different pedestal of issues of development. The journalists will be sensitized. They have been sensitized since last year. Now the faculty members have also been sensitized. That was online, and now we are here in offline and online mode. Because we do not want to restrict our resources to those who are able to come here physically. That's good. But the others who are interested but cannot come over, they are there with us, because we do not restrict. We know the knowledge increases by sharing only, and we believe in this principle. So this confluence will create a different pedestal of development issues, discourses, and right kind of address. And a special target audience of ours is the media educators, because you have to play a multiplier role. If your capacity is enhanced, the newer issues of development, approaches, the tools to measure development and address development, to see how the stories are done, then definitely you will inculcate these to your students, who will be either budding scribes or who will be again the media educators in future, who will continue to the work which you are doing. So you have to play a very vital role and a multiplier role. So that's why we give lot of importance importance. Nothing will change in the development sector overnight through this, but there will be a change. That is what we, from the Unicef, Press Club and St. Xavier's who are together, we believe that the world will be better off. There will be 2 documents which are going to be released. One has been an effort of the decade-long experience which was spearheaded by Shucharita ma'am, and it has got the input of the topmost media educators of the country and abroad. Then it was pre-tested with the professional journalist. It is a curriculum on development journalism. It has been prepared in various parts of the countries in the Unicef effort, and now it is the Press Club's role to present it to you for pre-testing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is released here because it will go to you in online mode, and you are requested to go through it and give your views. We consider your views very important in fine-tuning those. And you can make use of the ready-made syllabus along with the list of reference and activities. You can use a part as a special paper, or a part of one of the papers, or you can think of starting a special course on development journalism. Some of the universities have already expressed their desires to start a new course only on development journalism. This will act as a facilitator's role. You will get it something ready-made, and this has got the inputs of different people of eminence. Distinguished guests, the other publication which is going to be unveiled and inaugurated and launched is something which has been done by this university, by the mass communication department. When the COVID was at its peak, we did not know how to address it. But the media habits got changed. Newspapers stopped coming to our place. We increased our television viewing time. There was no fresh entertainment possible. Radio started playing a vital role, all truncated, distant journalism. The journalism also became different because normal activities could not be done. So there must have been a change in media habits, media usage. So it is a pilot project which was done during the first COVID period, when nobody got out of home, everything was online. And how this changed, how did people react to it? It was done to figure out the changes in media habits, which is very important. Just the executive summary of the pilot project. We look forward to going deeper into it, because as Father Vice-Chancellor always gives importance to research and other collaborative efforts with the profession and industry. Father believes that the essence of a university is to go higher and higher in its learning space. So these 2 things are being inaugurated. So at the end, I welcome, though even I have been with the Unicef projects for more than 2 decades now in Hyderabad, in Northeast, in Rajasthan, and here now in West Bengal. So I cannot even welcome Mohiuddin, I said, but sir, your presence has made it difference. Father, your blessing we require. Sir, your support, and all of you, please lead us in the journey of development, which is meant for people's development, for which each one of us is committed. Thank you very much for this opportunity and for your august presence. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix Raj, to felicitate Mr. Mohammad Mohiuddin, Chief UNICEF West Bengal Office. Thank you, Father. I would now like to request Mr. Snehasis to felicitate our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix.
Seeing anything, be felicitated. Yes, Father, and to give you the university scroll. Yes, thank you, Father. Thank you.
Snehasis sir, may I request you to felicitate respected Registrar Sir, Professor Asish Mitra.
I can't be, sir.
Thank you, sir. I now like to request our respected Registrar, Professor Asish Mitra, to felicitate Mr. Snehasis, President, Press Club, Kolkata. Thank you, sir. Moving ahead with the inauguration program, I would now like to request our chief guest, Mr. Mohiuddin, Chief Unicef Kolkata Office, to deliver his address. Sir.
Vice-Chancellor, Xavier's University, respected Dr. John Felix, President, Press Club, Kolkata, Mr. Snehasis, Registrar of this university, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. Today is the day of many accomplishments. First, the face-to-face faculty development program, which we started last year, online one. Today is also the formal association between Unicef and Xavier's University to launch this program, although we have some informal interactions and association between Unicef and Xavier's University. We have also created an opportunity at today's inaugural to present the model curriculum on development journalism, which we would like to seek your feedback on this document so that with the feedbacks we can finally publish this document. I would like to go back a little bit of development and the development journey itself. It's a dynamic area, development itself. Once upon a time, I being a student of economics, the development is to identify whether a country is developed or not. The indicator was the per capita income, the total income divided by the population. But again, the development practitioners are saying that it's an average figure. There are a lot of people below the poverty line who are not really fits with the per capita income. Then another chapter came. They are called the poverty is the indicator of development. Whether a country is getting out of poverty, then it will be treated as development. And again, there are debates on what will be the definition of poverty, starting from income, then calorie intakes, then now some $3 to $4 per day, something like this. Then at one point of time, because the Bretton Woods institutions, the World Bank, IMF, and other multilateral development organizations, including UN, they are continuously implementing those concepts and ideas in developing countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. And going towards that, they come up with a solution called Poverty Reduction Strategy Paper, PRSP. It was very famous, introduced by the World Bank and being implemented across all developing countries in the world. And they moved ahead with that journey across 5 to 10 years. And then again, they said, well, we need to now to identify some benchmark with which we can identify whether the country is really developed. And they brought to the dimension of social indicators in addition to income and other indicators of the country. And hence the concept of MDGs came, Millennium Development Goals. Again, we crossed that chapter of MDGs, and some development critics are saying that MDGs were prepared by the UN bureaucrats. There were not voices heard from member states as well as from the civil societies. Number two, they are also saying the way we are reaching step by step the goals of development, but we cannot retain that development and we cannot sustain that development because of the threat of climate change and global warming. And from that point of view, now we are practicing sustainable development goals. And most of those goals fits with the sustainability approach, harmonizing the climate and global warming issues in each of the sustainable development goals. So the development is going ahead, and since it's a dynamic area, we also need to be updated ourselves, who are, like myself, we are the development practitioners. We need to update. And along with that, we have some partners, because we cannot, Unicef, because we are part of development lab. We work on children. So one section of the society, not everyone. As per our mandate with the rights, Convention on the Rights of Children, UN Convention, and also the Convention schedule for the women. Under this mandate we work, and basically we work for the children, for their survival, for their development, for their protection, and ensure their participation. But moving ahead to that journey, we need to work. Usually our partners are the governments. We support the governments technically and financially, and we work across 190 countries in the world. Mostly are the developing countries. And along with our journey, we also collaborate and work with civil society organizations, with media, with legislators, as well as with the academic institutions. We considered in certain countries where there are different levels of income-based definition of countries, and India is a middle-income country, where social development indicators has moved in a quite significant stage. Let me give the example of West Bengal. Now, if we consider the maternal mortality, and to address that, the institutional delivery is one of the benchmark. In West Bengal, institutional delivery means the mothers delivering their children, babies, in the facilities. So it is 95+%. The immunization coverage of West Bengal is 85 to 88. There are urban and rural segregations. But reaching the remaining targets of 100%, reaching the last mile of development, I mentioned only 2 indicators, there are others, is not that easy journey, the way we can reach, we can move from 20 to 30%, 30 to 50%. There, we need support from all segments of the society. The civil society organizations, the media, legislators, and definitely the other influencers like the academic institutions. That's why we entered into collaboration with the Kolkata Press Club, because we consider the media is the fourth pillar of a state, and they have a huge role to mobilize the community, to make them aware, and to make them aware of the seeking behaviors, to demand the services as a right holders, so that they can come and avail the resources and services available for them by the government and other development partners. There we can see that it is not always that people are coming forward. There are some social issues in addition to economic issues. I'm just giving one example. One of our approach in terms of nutrition is breastfeeding. We try to ensure that the exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months is ensured. No other food is being given to a child which is 0 to 6 months. Number two, we also ensure that the early initiation of breastfeeding, whether delivered at home or institution, it should be within 1 hour, which also doesn't happen always. We can also see still in the society there are some taboos and misconceptions that the yellow part of the first breast milk is sometimes comes up with some taboos and misconceptions. And they call it dirty things. But this first flow of milk is full of antibiotics which can protect the children for his or her whole life. So those misconceptions and social issues cannot address by money, cannot address by any other things. And we need to work seriously and engage with the communities to overcome from those social challenges and norms. Let me also give another example in the context of West Bengal. Basically, we depend on the development indicators internally for National Family Health Survey. And after every 5 years, this survey is being taken by the government of India. The latest Family Health Survey statistics says the child marriage in West Bengal is 41.6%. And this is highest in the country, against an average of 26%, Indian national average. In the previous survey, West Bengal was second after Bihar. Now, let's go back again to society. We definitely identify the awareness of the parents. The income level of the parents is a big issue for having the child marriage under the age of 18. But we can also observe in the society that some well-off family, educated family, they are sending their son to a private school and girl to a government school. So this is not always education and awareness, not always income. And this is where we need to work on the social norms, practice and traditions and values. Here, we feel that we cannot alone solve this. It becomes somehow part of the culture because it has been nourished in the society. The valuing girls has been nourished in the society years after years, generation after generation. And we need to provide a space and time, and we need to work very closely with the community with support from all stakeholders of the society. So that's why our partnership with the media and the press club, because we again reiterate that they have a huge role to play here. As part of that, we have done for last 2 years some orientation for 3 days with the practicing journalist, and we have done some workshops, orientation workshops at a state level as well as the regional level, so that both journalists from the state level and who are working at the district level are being covered. Because mostly we see the reports are coming, mostly are political and economic. Hardly we see the issues of societies and other things are being covered. And making report on those issues is not an easy task. They have to work a lot on data, they have to have clear understanding of development and all those things. So that's why we thought of that we need to give them some updated knowledge about the development. That's why we named it development journalism. Number two, one of the critical part of journalism is the ethical reporting. So we also emphasized on data and analysis. If a report is coming with the evidence and data, nobody can challenge that report or the story. And that's why we also orient them on how to access to data systems, survey, existing MIS data, and utilize those data for making the story evidence-based and appealing. Now, we are coming today on the other side. We are trying also to invest on the future journalists. That's why we have started the collaboration of today's journey with the Xavier University. So I hope that our journey under the leadership of respected father will be a great journey, and the future journalists will have their appropriate training and capacity to manage and handle the challenge of the new millennium. Today's 8 days course mainly aimed at the faculties, and we know that there are face-to-face as well as the online, and there are faculties joining outside this university. And I think it will be very, very useful for them from the dimension I have cited, and I wish every success of this journey in that university. From the core of my heart, I would like to sincerely thank Father Dr. John Felix for supporting us, giving us the opportunity to work with him and his university, as well as the faculties are, yes, senior faculties sitting here, present here, and also to the President of the Press Club to create this avenue to move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request the dignitaries to release the model curriculum on development journalism presented by Press Club Kolkata as an outcome of different initiatives supported by Unicef. Thank you. We want to take this opportunity to release an executive summary of a mini research project done by the Department of Mass Communication, Xavier University, Kolkata, under the guidance of Mr. Snehasis. This project is on the changing media habits during the first phase of COVID-19. I humbly request our respected Registrar, Professor Asish, Mitra, and our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix to release the same. Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix to deliver his address.
On behalf of you, my friends, and on behalf of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, I consider it a privilege to extend a warm welcome to His Excellency Mr. Mohammad Mohiuddin, the Chief of Unicef in Kolkata and West Bengal. Sir, your presence is a blessing indeed to us. And I'm sure this partnership of three major organizations in Kolkata and in West Bengal, that is Unicef, the resourceful international organization that's involved in so many projects, and Press Club of Kolkata with its resources and journalistic gifts, and then thirdly an academic institution like St. Xavier's University. I can assure you this joint venture will be fruitful. I also want to welcome all of you. I see here unknown faces. I see here people from outside, not of this university. And I'm sure this 8 days development program, 8 days of development journalism. And I'm very confident that this has been prepared by the Press Club in association with Unicef, because this is going to be an academic exercise. And I want to wish you all a fruitful this faculty development program. The future of journalism, I am assured, is bright, especially for us. As Sir was speaking about development journalism, I have heard of development economics. I've rarely heard of development journalism. Is it journalism that's going to, of course, promote development? If that does, of course, that would be a wonderful mission. I want to join Mr. Mohammad Mohiuddin in just elaborating the whole question of development. What do we want in this world? What do we want in any country for that matter? We were all thinking, I think about 50, 60, 100 years ago in terms of economic growth. And today we consider both growth and development as synonymous, but they are not. We use them as synonymous terms, but they are not. Because development is much broader and growth is so narrow. Let me give you a small example to explain this. In 1960s and 70s, when we looked into the economic growth and development of the two countries like Libya and South Korea, both the countries in terms of GNP and GDP and per capita income increased. They had a tremendous amount of growth. But the difference was, South Korea's was termed as development and Libya's was termed as growth. Why? The national income increased of Libya, but not of the people of Libya. The people of Libya did not benefit from this. Only one small section of people, especially the rulers, benefited by the oil companies that came from outside. Income increased. So people did not participate in that whole developmental process, nor they benefited by the increase of income. They remained where they were. But while it was different in South Korea, every South Korean participated in the process, and the fact that national income increased, their income increased, and their lifestyle became richer. And this is what it is. This is what is development and growth. So we are all wanting development. In 1955, there was this famous conference of all the countries, Bandung Conference. That was the beginning of realization of the so-called third world countries. Why? The Western countries gave us the concept of development. And development became a sort of a religion. They were promoting development and dictating terms to the third world countries, and these are the policies that you must follow. And the poor third world countries realized this, that they are being misguided in 1955, and they rose and said, we all have to now stand together and then fight it out. Because the world was fragmented as developed countries, developing countries, underdeveloped countries, first world, second world, third world. These were the fragmentations, and so we had to fight it out and see that development is sustainable, development is real. As sir was saying, that so many parameters, so many indicators, per capita income, GDP, GNP, all that. But today it has become broader, and Bhutan is taking happiness. And we are taking so many parameters, so many indicators to see whether development has taken place at all. And Amartya Sen defined development as freedom. And there are some economists now they're taking it a little further to say development is liberation. You may have freedom, but you are still bondaged. So can you liberate yourself and say, let go, that we all live together as one community. This is where it is. If journalists, the budding journalists and the new journalists, if you can promote this whole concept of development to become a reality, that India must, it is of course in the process, in the journey, as he said, we are all journeying together to see that development where everyone will be happy. Every aspect of human life will be addressed. And this will be the mission of the journalists. And I'm happy that St. Xavier's University, as an academic institution, jointly is organizing this 8-day program. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Professor Somasur, who is of course the director of LCERI. LCERI is the research center named after the famous scientist, one who of course took science in 1860s and 70s, Father Lafont, who was in St. Xavier's College, who is known as the modern scientist, a father of modern science. So we named after him the research center, and she is heading it. And her team that is organizing this workshop, including the mass communication department. Thank you very much for the effort that you have taken, and I'm sure our efforts will always be fruitful. God bless all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Father. May I now request Dr. Reshmi Noshkar, Head, Department of Mass Communication, St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mohiuddin. So now we have come to the conclusion of the inaugural session for the FDP, jointly being organized by the Press Club Kolkata and St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, in collaboration with Unicef, West Bengal. The 8 days long faculty development program will focus on various aspects of development journalism and will aim towards orienting faculty members to the immense potentiality and opportunities of development journalism. It will help faculty members to explore the various scopes and opportunities of development journalism in India. With over 60 participants enrolling in today's program across colleges and universities in West Bengal, this day will surely be one of the landmark days in the history of the Department of Mass Communication and St. Xavier's University, Kolkata. I, on the behalf of the university, take this opportunity to thank everyone who helped me organize the faculty development program. To start with, I take this opportunity to convey my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix Raj, SJ, whose constant support and encouragement helped us design and give shape to this faculty development program. Father, thank you for keeping us motivated and focused throughout to organize this program. My sincere gratitude to respected Sir, our Registrar Sir, Professor Asish Mitra. Sir, this program would not have been possible without your support and guidance. Indeed, sir, it is your valuable suggestion and insights that helped us fine-tune and give the faculty development program its final shape. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to all distinguished invitees present here, Mr. Mohammad Mohiuddin, Chief of Field Office of Unicef, West Bengal. Sir, this program would not have been possible without your collaboration and support. This faculty development program would be meaningless in its real sense without the contribution of UNICEF. My deep gratitude to Mr. Snehasis, President of Press Club Kolkata, without whose initiative today's faculty development program would have never been turned into a reality. It is his visionary farsightedness that brought us all together here today to explore and understand the potentiality of development journalism in India. Thank you so much, sir, for initiating this entire process of exploration. I take this opportunity to thank the relentless effort of the members of the organizing committee. My special gratitude to Dr. Uma Shankar Pandey, sir, the Associate Professor and Head, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Surendranath College for Women, for his tireless effort in helping us finalize the renowned academicians and media educators as resource person for this 8 days faculty development program. I also take this opportunity to thank very senior academicians and media educators who took out time, specifically to name Dr. Somendranath Bera, sir, Professor of the Department of Mass Communication, University of Calcutta, and Dr. Debajyoti Chandra, sir, Professor with Rabindra Bharati University, who took out time to grace this occasion of the inaugural session faculty development program. I would take this opportunity also to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Shucharita ma'am, Shucharita Bardhan ma'am, the communication specialist at UNICEF, who not only helped us conceive today's faculty development program, but who also traveled with us all the way to Kathalvedia, an adopted village of St. Xavier's University, to help finalize everything for the field visit which has been planned for the last day of the faculty development program. My sincere gratitude to my senior colleague, Professor Dr. Shomashur, Honorable Director, LSERI, and PhD Program Coordinator for her relentless effort in planning and execution of the faculty development program. My sincere gratitude to all fathers, deans, officers, HODs, and departmental colleagues, Dr. Achutja, the Dean of Arts and Social Studies, Dr. Manali Bhattacharya, the MC for the program, Dr. Shomak Shen and Dr. Tanmay Shamanto for the executive report on the study of changing pattern of media usage during COVID-19 lockdown, the report that got published today. My sincere thanks to Dr. Harish Kumar, Dr. Sitarapuli Venkatesh, Dr. Nitesh Tripathi, Dr. Vishwanath Bhattacharya, to be the moderators and rapporteurs for the faculty development program. Mr. Ashok Dashgupta, Benedict Combs, and Nilanjan Ghosh to help us with the videography and the photography of the event today. My heartfelt gratitude to Brother Christo Raj, SJ, Campus Minister, GP Gupta Sir, Liaison Officer, Molan Mitra Sir, IT Coordinator, German Emmanuel, Shudip Tatto, and Musharraf for all the arrangements of the venue today. My vote of thanks will remain incomplete without the mention of Monushri, the program coordinator, Shotyajit Noshkar and Tushar Pahar for all the tireless effort in in ensuring every little bit of perfectionism required for the smooth conduction of the program. Last but not the least, my sincere gratitude to one and all participants who have blessed us with their presence today for the Faculty Development Program. Thank you for bestowing confidence and faith on us. This actually helps us remain motivated and get us going. Thank you to one and all for helping us organize this 8 days long Faculty Development Program.
Thank you, ma'am. As we come to the end of the inaugural program, we would like to convey our best wishes to all the participants. I'm sure we all are going to learn and enjoy the sessions. Technical sessions will start from 12:30. I request all the participants to come outside and join us for some refreshment. Thank you.